So, as a person who has almost 100 hours on Starfield, I thought it would be a great idea if I went and played it again to see after 6 long months and after all the updates if Starfield is still as bad as I remember and if it has actually improved. So let's jump right into it by looking at all the good things and the improvements they have made. Starting off with bug fixes, and this must not be underestimated how many bugs this game had at launch. From people just flying off into the sky to interactions not working, and my personal favorite, during a conversation that the NPC would just randomly start walking away. And those are just the ones that I captured. There were a lot more bugs, but most of them are gone, and the emphasis on mostly, as 2 or 3 bugs can still be found in the game. But to be fair, it is a very big game, so there will always be 1 or 2 bugs. On to the next part, and that is the NPCs. They actually look a bit better than before. I don't know what it is, I can't wrap my finger around it. It just feels to me that they've graphically improved. And now the last positive part about the game is the improvement on frame rates in the city. When the game just launched, every time when I went into the city, if it was Neon, Aquila or New Atlantis, I would always have frame drops. And not a little one, no, a 40 to 50 FPS drop. What was quite annoying, thinking I have a 4070 and a Ryzen 7 3DX. And I didn't even play on the highest quality. But that has luckily for me been solved, as during my whole playthrough of the game, I never again faced any major FPS drops in any city. And I think they deserve credit for this, as it was not at the cost of the city's population, as most cities still look very populated and full of life. What is something I have to give Bethesda, to not sacrifice that in order to get the wanted result. But unfortunately, this is going to be the only credit I can give them, as over the last 6 months and all the updates, this is all they have changed. So many old pain points are still in the game and they have done nothing to remove them or improve them. Let's start with the story and the side missions, as it is maybe the only thing I can say something slightly positive of. They take a good amount of time to complete. I still haven't finished 2 of the side quests and I already have clocked in more than 100 hours of the game, so that is one good thing. If the main story wasn't boring as fuck, like bro, come on, the main story of the game. At the start and at the end it was good and interesting, but in the middle it is just one big clusterfuck of just going to some places, shooting bad guys and getting artifacts, or sometimes just mining them. And I'm not kidding you when I'm saying that this is around 70% of the main storyline. The other 30 is quite good, but the rest of it is just boring. Tell me why I had more fun completing the faction missions, aka the side quest, than actually the main mission. And this is where I wanted to see a big improvement made, that they made the containing of the artifacts more fun or challenging, different opponents instead of the pirates the whole time. And another thing that I would have liked to see changed is the dialogue in this game. I love dialogue. Whenever I play a game like God of War, Spider-Man or Red Dead Redemption 2 and a lot more storyline games, I wanna know everything. I wanna know the story behind why we're doing certain things. I wanna know the backstory of a certain person. I wanna know all of it. But Jesus fucking Christ, man, this game has a lot of dialogue. A bit too much, man. There are points in the game where you are legit 1 hour long doing nothing else than listening to dialogue. You go from one place to another, just listening 10 to 12 minutes to dialogue, and then you go back to another place and then again have to listen to dialogue. There was a point in this game where I was just skipping dialogue as I wanted to go through with it. And if you know me, this is one of the biggest sins in gaming you can perform, and I did it multiple times. It is just way too boring and quite sad to see. But yeah, let's move on to something else even more depressing than the story, the worlds. And man, oh man, this shit is frustrating. Let's start with the world designs. It is fucking terrible. How can you make a planet so fucking boring? Over 1,300 of them, and all of them are equally as boring. There is nothing to do on these planets. Building a base in Starfield is an absolute joke, and half of the time it doesn't even work. And it gets explained to you like 10%, what is not even enough to build a base, and building itself is kinda mid. But then they tell you, oh, go and explore the worlds, but when you wanna go and do it, it's all all on foot. And normally I wouldn't complain about something like this. If it doesn't take 5 fucking minutes to go to one place. I could legit write the script for a YouTube video, record the audio, then edit the audio, then go and actually edit the video, post it on YouTube, and I would still be walking towards my destination on Starfield. This is how lackluster the worlds are, and I really thought that they would have done something to fix it, but no. And it's not like there is no easy way to fix it. No, there is. Look at your greatest rival, No Man's Sky. Their base building is awesome. You can start up your own village, and the best part about it, and something that Starfield needs to copy, is you can explore worlds with your own vehicles. It is BS that we can't do that shit in Starfield. You're telling me that we're a highly sophisticated society that has figured out life beyond one planet and has the power to bend space and time itself to travel at light speed? But we can't fly around with our ships on planets? Man, cut the crap. Or at least give us a motorcycle or a buggy that we can stash in our ship and that we can deploy for exploration whenever we want to. Like, come on, it is such a basic idea, and it is absolutely laughable that we don't have it yet, and that the only way how we can explore planets is by foot. It is mind-boggling that we still have to do it like this. But let's change the subject before I pop a vein. The ships and space travel. And wow, what an amazing thing. Absolutely ruined because there is no need for it. After you complete the main storyline and one side quest, the ship are basically static things. They hold no value afterwards, other than an oversized backpack where you can stash all your trash. And it is such a shame, as the ship builder is amazing. All the ship designs you can make are insane. Just look at some of these. This is not something a lot of games can do, and in my eyes Starfield has almost perfected it. But then you go and see that the ships in this game are really useless, and they have done absolutely nothing to improve upon this. Let me give you an example. Other than that they can't fly over planets, what is one of the reasons why they are useless, you can also teleport to any planet in the universe via your menu. I do it constantly, as it makes traveling so much more convenient and faster, as the actual way how you should do it is just a pain. Getting to your ship, then sitting down, and then launching it, and then you need to wait a maximum of 8 seconds so that the grav drive can start up. And I know you can make it faster, but not the rest. Overall, without any fast traveling, it can take up to 5 minutes to go from one planet to the other. While via the menu, it takes a maximum of 30 seconds depending on your loading time. For a game that already takes so long to get any action, this is just the last straw. It really pains me to see a game with such great potential just not act on it. And if I had to sum it up in just one sentence, it would be a game with great potential but poor execution. And believe me, you can say that sentence to a lot of Bethesda games. But luckily there is one saving factor for this game, and that is the modding scene. Unfortunately, modding is only available if you play the game on PC, but if you do, really give modding Starfield a chance, as it greatly improves your game experience. Let's now answer the question, is Starfield still as bad as we remember 6 months after release? And unfortunately the answer is yes, what really pains me. But yeah, leaving that all behind us, I want to thank you all for watching this video. If you could leave a like and subscribe, it would mean the world to me, and I hope I see you all in the next one. Peace out.